Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm doing a reading for September 26th, 2025. And as I shuffle the deck, I'm getting an idea of what everyone's going to be feeling tomorrow, just kind of how things are going to go. And if this doesn't resonate with you, then please move on. Okay, so the first two cards we have are the Ace of Wands and Death. So it's almost like someone is handing us, or you, or anyone who this resonates with, the baton to really kind of become enlightened and to move forward. Sort of think about how you've done things in the past and really kind of learn from those experiences and figure out a new way of doing things. We have the Nine of Cups. And this is really just about finding that inner peace with yourself. So after you're given the baton, so to speak, the literal stick, the wand, you're given an opportunity to really look things over and figure out if this is actually what you want, this Ten of Cups, this sort of peace, this sense of stability with yourself. I'm getting fortune favors the bold for some reason. Right, so it's a decision that you have to make, that we have to make as a whole. We have the Seeker card, and again, I always like to say that when I pull this card, that it's a lot like the Hermit, the Moon, and the High Priestess all kind of combined into one. And it's also unique to this deck. So with the Seeker card, it's really kind of looking inward and thinking, looking at all of these options, right? All of these, just kind of focusing on what you want and making the choice. Making that choice. So it's really just about coming to terms with where you are currently, or if you're not in a good spot, then it's really kind of a time to just start this new endeavor, right? So this new sort of project that is all about you, really. Okay, so we have the Moon. And this is really just about embracing the unknown, really not fearing it, and just kind of full on embrace it like it's yours. because there's no other way that we can really like move on without having any kind of unknown risks, right? Like there are things that we just can't see or predict that are going to happen. So we can try and plan for them, but be assured, like rest assured that like, you know, things will come up out of the blue one day. And it doesn't always go to plan, and that's okay. We have the Emperor. I'm going to try and pull a clarifier. So with the Emperor card, here we go, is also the Page of Swords. So, oh, I see. The Emperor is here to really remind us that it's okay to like embrace this sort of, you know, unknown, and it's all about thinking on the big it's all about thinking about the big picture. So really just kind of trusting your intuition and your gut, and really kind of being able to move forward with how you're approaching things, with whatever you're doing. So kind of think about it in a logical way, in a regimented kind of structured way, but also really kind of take it by the reins and like be like a kid, you know. We have a lot of major arcana here today. We have the Hanged Man. And so taking on this endeavor, opportunity, what have you, will require you to kind of open your mind and have a bit of a new perspective on how to approach certain things, especially when it comes to, you know, the moon, especially with the moon and with the seeker. Like you're looking for something in the unknown. So it's really important to keep an open mind and to really kind of look at things from different perspectives and put yourself in someone else's shoes. We have the World. This is like an end of a big cycle for someone and the beginning of something new. It's time to really just you know, be on your game, but allow things to really happen as they come to you. Also to kind of analyze what you've done. So in this World card, the lady, or, you know, the angel is holding a stick or something. So it's kind of like this, you know, it's a little bit of a reminder that you're in charge now of your own life. You make the decisions, and don't be afraid to do that, even if you don't know what all the answers are or what the outcomes will be. The King of Pentacles just flew right on out. This is where you want to be. Don't overthink things too much. Keep an open mind, but don't overthink things. The Emperor, remember, is here to help guide you. But it's really just about, like, being at peace with your values, really analyzing how you approach your life and your philosophy, basically. You have the Queen of Pentacles, too, so really nurture that values aspect of yourself. It may be like a soft skill, but values are important, just as important as, you know, the harder skills that people have, like, I don't know, like money or more physical material possessions. I'm just looking at the picture a little bit more, but really take in your surroundings when it comes to this Queen of Pentacles. Like, really kind of look at what you've done and what you've created. Because aren't the queens all about, like, creation and nurturing and just being there for people? Okay, well, we already knew this. We have the Fool. I think this is just, you know, stating again what we already know about this reading, is that it's something new for you. But also don't be afraid to look in the dark, right? So the Seeker and the Moon, like, it's okay to be afraid. Just kind of go out into the open, do your own thing. Be determined in how you approach this new area, because the Chariot is kind of like, be determined, but not, I'm trying to think of the word. Don't be an autocrat, right? So just because it's your adventure or new opportunity, whatever, doesn't mean that you have to bring others down with you. You can be determined in your own way, in a quiet way, but don't be dismissive of others if they're not in the same place as you, because that will only make things, just make people not want to be around you, and that's not really what we want here, right? Still, the major arcana, we have the Empress. We have the Emperor and the Empress. So this is you know, the Emperor is all about divine masculine, but the Empress is all like divine feminine. This is all about like balance and finding that balance within yourself and really just kind of embracing that. So what I'll do is pull one more card and then do top bottom read and maybe pull a couple oracles. So this is kind of a quick read, but you know, quicker than I'm usually used to. We have the Page of Cups. And I'm thinking like this could really be taken in two different ways. Choose whatever resonates. Like this could be a new kind of emotional kind, like a childlike discovery of your emotions. I'm getting love, but also it could be a warning, right? Like, the first thing I got was Beware the Green-Eyed Monster from Othello. And I know I quote a lot of Shakespeare on this channel, and I really don't mean to, but the way that you see this Page of Cups coveting that cup is really just like a covetous kind of almost dangerous way of having something. So I think it can be seen as both positive and negative in this instance. So it's kind of like a warning, but also like a new kind of emotional discovery. So on the top of the deck, we have the King of Wands. And the bottom, we have the Five of Swords. There I go again, the yawning. I should rename my channel to Emily, the Yawning Tarot Reader. Anyway, the King of Wands here is representative of, you know, being on the top of the deck is representative of all that you want to be, right? You want to be passionate about things. You want to take action, and in a good way. But at the same time, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Swords. Do not pursue your passions at the expense of others. Because I think, you know, this reading is good and everything, but it's also like a warning. Like, be careful. Like, you can hurt people. And I know that it's hard because you don't want to look in those dark places. You don't want to look at the moon. You don't want to be a seeker. You're okay sometimes, and sometimes you're not okay. And I think, like, in that instance, it's important to really kind of figure out how to balance what you're doing, to balance your emotions, to balance your values, to really kind of learn to manage how to best work through whatever it is you're going through. So I'm pulling a couple cards from my Woodland Wardens deck. I like this deck a lot. I find that it's, you know, it's a nice deck. The cards have a nice feel to them. I think the Tarot of the Woodland Wardens just came out the other day or something, or the other week. I don't remember, but I'm very excited about that. I'm still trying to build my tarot collection. Anyway, I have a dream of like owning a house in the middle of the woods on probably 5 acres of land with a couple chickens, 50 cats, and my own self-sustaining garden in the backwoods of New Hampshire, and kind of pulling a Snow White, I guess. Yeah, so this is the Hare and Oak, and it's all about new opportunities. So this reading is really just about focusing inward on what you love to do, and really just be aware of your impact on others in the process, because where you are is not where other people are, and other people are not where you are. So to each their own. But like, if you look at the picture, they're little acorns. The oak tree does not just grow straight from, it's not a tree overnight. It takes a while to grow from seed. So it takes time and patience. It's like planting a seed, basically. New opportunities. Yeah. The porcupine and anemone, and that's all about boundaries. So I think this is important to remember, that it's okay to have boundaries with people. It's okay to not share everything right away, but also to not be condescending or dismissive of others for how they may or may not be on the same page as you, or in the same mind space. It's okay to get frustrated, but please do not take it out on other people, because that's a you problem. That's not a them problem. It's all about how you handle it. So we have the eel and the iris, and that's all about safety. It's okay to be afraid, right? That's what I've been saying. I've been saying this over and over in this reading. It's okay to be afraid. Things don't happen overnight, right? Like, people who are really into instant gratification really want to go from this acorn to the giant oak overnight. That's not going to happen. It takes time, and you want to feel safe. I get it. That takes time too. It takes a lot of planning, a lot of effort, and sort of premeditation to really kind of make your dreams true. And set boundaries with others, but also set boundaries with yourself. That's just as important. I'll pull maybe one more card and then call it a day. Yeah, okay. Maybe 2 more. So the coyote and datura, and that's all about deceit. What did I say? Beware the green-eyed monster. It doth feed upon the meat it feeds on. So that could be about others deceiving you, but it could also be about self-deception and where you truly are. Really take things one day at a time. It's hard to realize that you've been deceiving yourself. But I think once you do, once you do realize that you've been like deceiving yourself or have been deceived, like that kind of brings about a new era of productivity for you. We have the bee and pomegranate. And so this is all about like working together with other people. Bees work in colonies, right? They have this hive mind, this sort of collective consciousness where they all kind of work to the same end. And so bees are incredibly important for the environment, and it's important to remember that working together with others is just as important. And it's okay to be afraid to ask for help. I mean, the worst that anyone can tell you is no, right? And that doesn't mean that you're a failure or anything. It's just that someone created boundaries and said no. And having to respect that is important too. Yeah, I pulled one more card. We have the weasel and the pine, and that's all about introspection. This is right. This is all about like, how do you move forward, right? You really have to look inward to figure out what it is that you want and how to move forward. And kind of just like figure out what you want. Like, it's okay that it takes a while. I mean, what did we have? We had the hare and oak. It's not going to be overnight. And it's to create this sort of sense of safety with the eel and iris. And it's, so you can set better boundaries for yourself and for others. And to work well with others as well. But it's also about just like, deceit with the coyote and datura. It's just like, be wary of how you may come across to others, because they may not like that, how you may present yourself, and it can cause others to really kind of work against you in a way. I guess, yeah, that's more of like others being deceitful towards you, but there's also self-deceit and self-deception, which is also something to be mindful of, to really kind of be aware of what's real and what's not, and just kind of figure out, like, look inward. What am I deceiving myself about? What are others deceiving me about? So that's all I have for you. Have a good night, everyone.